Yo, what's going on, everybody? I want to walk you through this job. It's gonna be a quick one. Hopefully we'll get to do a nice clean job and we don't have to polish it. So I'm gonna just walk you through what I'm gonna do. So I'm putting in the order quarter number there. Boom. Oh, not showing up. 074. Okay. All right, we're mixing this B39 color. I'm gonna mix it in this cup, so then I could stir it up, reduce it, and then strain it. I'm gonna load up the toners real quick. So that's pouring. I'm gonna go and clean the car. Here we go. Hopefully we don't have to polish this one. Right, Skippy? Okay, so we're in the booth. We're gonna clean this. Notice how I'm wetting the paper, okay? And I am not doing a big spot. I'm doing a small spot. I want to keep it small, okay? Because that way you can control it more. And you want to clean the paper, make sure you clean the paper. Very, very, very important that you dry it, okay? Because if you don't, then that's the stuff that you just wiped all over, it just stays on the panel. So you gotta make sure that you wipe it wet and then wipe it dry. So I'm gonna do that all across. I'm gonna make sure I clean this paper. I'm gonna make sure I clean this paper. Clean in here, okay? Clean in here very well, okay? Clean the paper. I'm gonna wipe down the wheel masks. I'm gonna wipe them down too. Everything, clean everything. All right. And another thing that might sound silly, but you know that when you, for example, if you rub your feet together in the ground, right, it creates static. Also, if you rub this car too much, too fast, you will create static on the vehicle. And the thing that helps is just to go slow. Put some nice pressure on there while you're washing. Make sure that you're going slow. Because if you go fast, you're not going to see a little burn through, right? You're not going to see if there's a little burn through. I've missed them so many times. So, all right, we got the paint here. Gonna mix it all up nice. Make sure, whatever that means, mix it all up nice. You guys get what I mean, right? You know what I mean? That very scientifically technical term. Nice, mix it up nice. So I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna add 10% water. Right. I'm gonna add 10% water. There we go. Mix that up. Nice. Make sure we get all those that build up on the walls of the cup, just like that. Then we're going to set up a filter using a 125 micron filter. I'm going to pour this in here. scrape it off. I get all the stuff out of there. What I usually do is I'll just twist it up like that. So I want to make sure that everything comes out. I don't want to waste them. And this is going to create a really nice paint job. Because if I am right, there should be. So now we got that beautiful, nice, clean paint in there, ready to put in the gun. So I got my tack cloth and I got a blower, right? We're going to blow that way. We're gonna tack that way. Everything is gonna go that way, all right? If you start going that way and then coming this way and back and forth, then you're gonna have dirt everywhere. So let's hope this works anyways. And we're gonna just tack that way, and we're gonna blow it, but not too long, because that can create a static as well, all right? So that's what we're gonna do. You also want to make sure that you have your gun in here, give it a blow. You never know what's getting stuck to it. Throw your liners, whatever you're using. Very important. Very important. I don't have my usual camera, so sorry, like I'm not literally showing you how to do things. I'm just doing it with my phone. But so now I put 2 coats of base on that, right? And now I'm blowing it. And as I'm blowing it, check this out. You see that piece of paper right there? So have you ever seen a flag that's been going like this and beating up with the wind for so long? It starts shredding. Now that's what's happening here as well. With the air blowing, this is ripping and shredding. And what happens with the particles of the paper? They fly up and they're gonna end up on your paint job. So you don't want that. So I'm gonna get some 2-inch tape and just tape that up to make sure that that doesn't keep flapping. And you wanna see all around the paint job, where are the weak spots, right? See, there's some spots right here. Why? In the tape. You gotta make sure you press those down, because what happens? Stuff can get underneath, and then when you go and you blow your clear under, then stuff comes out. This stuff as well, make sure you're plugging them up. You can either use 2-inch tape, or you can make a little ball with foam tape. All right. So I put 2 coats of base on this. Now I'm going to tack it to get rid of the overspray from the base that's here on the blend panel, right? And I don't need to tack where I based. I'm just tacking around where I base, okay? And you can actually feel it. If you were to feel it right now, you can feel a little graininess, right? And I am pretty sure that if I look, see, there it is. So that stuff, if you ever seen like when you put your clear on and it looks like sandy and it looks like a whole bunch of dirt, it's called sand piling from the base, right? And then when you do this, when you tack around where you put the base coat, it eliminates that sand piling. Now you gotta be careful when you do this, especially with silvers, that you do it evenly, or else you'll see streaks where you tacked it. All right, so I'm ready for another coat and then a control coat, and we're good to go. Okay, so I don't usually do this, only very rarely, but for the video's sake, I want to show you something. I'm going to mix the clear here. We're using EC530, okay? PPG and Base. Sorry, not 530, we're going to use 550, because 550 flows out nicer. So, but it's the same ratio in the computer, it's 3 to 1 to 1. So we're going to use the 550 and the 5075 and then the 85, which is a high temp producer, and it's hot today, so we need it. All right, so I'm gonna mix it in there and then we're gonna strain it. All right, here we go. 125 micron. We're gonna see if anything gets caught in the filter. See, I don't usually strain clear. The base I do a lot of times, just because there's more to, the build up at the tip of the pouring system and stuff like that. So that's I like to strain them. Sometimes it clumps this up because I think it's like a latex base kind of paint. So when it clumps up, it clumps up. Like once it goes hard, it does not go back to being a liquid. So, but there's some stuff in there, nothing too crazy. Let's see if I can zoom in. See, there's that right there, that right there. I mean, it doesn't seem too bad. So, but I thought I'd show you guys just a precaution. Okay. So you want to make sure that you blow everything off, okay? Because, whoops. Here's the deal, guys. All these little things take time, okay? But say you get a dirty paint job, it might take you from like half an hour to like 2 hours to polish, depending. If you're awesome, it might take you 5 minutes. There's some guys, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that awesome at polishing. But yeah, so every little thing helps, okay? With polishing, and I think in life in general, it's not the one thing you do that makes a huge difference. Now, it's the multiple things that you do together to create the result you want, all right? So we're gonna go in the booth now. I'm using a WS400. This is not really about the gun. This is about getting a clean paint job, all right? So let's go. Let's do this. And another thing, so you can tell, there's not much going on in this booth. I don't have stuff laying around everywhere. That's my bottle, my tape, that's it. And then a spare car holder, and then a gun holder. That's it. That over there is part of the hoist system. And then I put my racks on the floor, and then I pick them up and I put them over there in recycling. We use them again whenever there's a spill or something like that. But it's very important. You see the booth? There's nothing in here, right? There's not like benches, there's nothing. And that makes a huge difference because everything collects overspray. And then when you're blowing things around, that overspray gets blown everywhere. So I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna put one coat of clear. I'm gonna show you how it looks like with one coat of clear, and then we'll wait 10 minutes and then we'll see how it looks like. Okay, great. First coat of clear is on, and it looks clean. There's a tiny little bit, I don't know if you can tell, just kind of little bit of like a little bit of overspray from the control coat, but it's like next to nothing. It's very, very, very hard to see. I'm trying to get you to see it. I'm trying to get you to see it. Oh, there it is. See? Just a little bit there, right? There's a little bit of that stuff there, but that will go away. I put on my first, when I'm spraying 550 clear, it's a slower clear. So what I do is I put on a quick, light, but consistent. Full coverage, right? Consistent, light, at 38 PSI. And then what I'll do is I'll let that flash off for 10 minutes, and then I will put on a second coat, a little bit heavier, to make sure that everything's smooth. But dirt-wise, as far as dirt goes, I can't find any big pieces of dirt. We'll let that flash off for 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and put another second coat, and then we'll see what happens, all right? All right, second coat is on. Few things I want to point out to you. This job came out beautiful. I don't think it's going to need any polishing. Few things I want to point out. See how far I went with my clear, right? See how far I went with my clear? And obviously you want to get clear in there. But this stuff right here needs to be blown off very, 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 very well. All this stuff, okay? When you think you're done blowing those jams, blow them some more. See how far I've gone with my clear here? That's all those little things are gonna give you a cleaner job. I'm gonna try to go a little bit slowly here. And it looks great. I'm really happy with it. I'm very happy with it. This job will not need any polishing. It's very, very, very clean. Now, if I would have done one less thing of the bunch of things that I've talked about, maybe it would have not made a difference. but why take the chance? It's all the things you do put together that create that awesome job. So that's it for this video. I hope that you learned something from this video. What else? Yeah, I always want to add value to you guys, and that's one of my struggles, to get clean paint jobs as clean as I want them, so then we don't have to polish them. And then you get a nice finish that it's been untouched and unmessed with. So guys, I hope this is useful. Take care. God bless. See you next time. Motivated Painters. Peace out.